All right, here we go with card number 4. And have you noticed how fast these cards are going together? I mean, this has been one of the fastest workshops. I don't know why. I guess once you get that stamping done and the coloring, the cards just go together so fast. So this won't take long. And we're just going ahead and using the intense black to stamp the wheelbarrow. And then the red brown blend to color it. And we're going to use the mid blend there. And it's that's the only color we're going to use on that we're not going to use two colors like we did on the other ones. Another thing we're not doing on this one is we're not using any of the night gloss spray on this because there was really no place to put it. So just color in basically every part of this is what I did. I did the handles, I did the wheelbarrow itself, I did the legs of the wheelbarrow, the piece that goes across the wheel, around the wheel a little bit, and then some of the spokes that came from the wheelbarrow down into the wheel. So pretty much everything I colored with that brown. It's hard because it's really tiny. So it's okay if it goes a little wide. Don't let that panic you on anything because it's not that important, right? Yeah, these do have a little bit bigger point on them, which works most of the time fantastic. But on something teeny tiny like this, you got to really use a light touch. And it might go out of the lines a little bit, but that's okay. So once you got that done, we're going to do some prep stamping on the sage paper, and you're going to do Thinking of You 3 times using the intense black ink. And I just start down at the bottom and use that line to help me line up the other 2. So I just kind of look through, and I've done it 4 times now, and each time I've gotten it nice and centered. So it's not that impossible. Just get the first one right and the other 2 just line up just above it. And then we're going to use some more of those mix-ins, and you could use either side on this one again, but I'm using the stripes. One of the sets that you cut are going to go horizontally. That's okay. That's just how we could do it so we could get 4 pieces out of 1. Let's put this together. And you're going to need to do the harbor piece down at the bottom of that mix-in. You're going to do 1 inch up from the bottom. And then everything after this is going to be about 1/8 of an inch apart. I really like using those mix-ins. Adds a nice look in the background there. Remember that when we cut these, we had to cut one with horizontal stripes. That's totally okay. You can always use the back of that paper too. The back is a nice kind of a speckled dark gray. So that would work really well too if you don't want the stripes going another way. So just keep adding those 1/8 of an inch apart. Even though these are neutral colors, I do find that it interesting that they use the sage when there were so many other colors that I might have chosen instead of that light sage. I would have probably gone with something a little more brilliant, a little more jewel toned and stuff like the way that the harbor is, But yep, this is the choice that they put for this one. Still looks pretty though. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to do that wheelbarrow, and you're going to use foam tape. I just kind of put a little piece under the wheel, a little piece in the middle, and then a little piece where the handles are. And then, slightly ruin my nails as I peel the backing off. Has anybody else noticed that since the lockdowns that you don't do your nails as much? So now they're pretty much wrecked because of all of this. But this wheelbarrow is going to look awesome. So stick that down right in the center. And then we're going to add our sparkles. Going to use a big one and a little one up at the top. And I lift those with my scissors. But if you have a piercing tool, I just don't. My piercing tool is always in another room these days. And I really need to grab another one, but we don't sell them anymore. So I need to find one somewhere that I like. So I just use the scissors to do this. So two big ones and a little one down at the bottom. And then I had a little bit extra edge on my little pieces that I put on there. So I'm just going through and trimming those off a little bit. And I don't have my long scissors because they're in the other room. I was doing some transplanting today with my plants. So I was using them for that. And get your card base out. This is that 8.5 by 3.5 card size. Nice little size. And that will fit those kind of envelopes, even though they come with envelopes, obviously. These will fit those other envelopes that we kind of had for years and years, those long ones. They're probably, what, 9 by 4? Maybe 9 by 4, those kind of business envelopes. Those will fit those too. And I don't believe I creased this with my bone folder, but that's something you want to do. And then I had a little bit of excess when I closed that up too. And so I'm just trimming that edge there. And we are pretty much done here. 4 cards down. And if you made all of them, you'll have 16 cards by the time you're finished. And really enjoyed having you here. And I hope you enjoyed making the cards.